transracial influencer wants penis reduction surgery so they can look 100% Korean. There's this guy, he's been out there saying that he wants to be Korean, and then he says he's going to get a penis reduction.
Yeah.
Which is sort of good to know that if you want to go full... If you want to go full Korean, you don't actually have to go through those sort of... Which would be nice for you.
I mean...
Asian dole is all we got here.
I mean, he's really going for it, though.
That's crazy, right? So...
Are we allowed to call this person mentally ill?
It's the
or no, still?
No, they're brave, and they're so fucking brave. It's the equivalent of me going trans and being like, you know what? I want to be trans, but I need to do this right, so I want my hand-eye coordination lowered a bit. I needed the doctor to go in and poke the nerves a little bit to make my hand-eye coordination
Can you
worse.
make me worse at reasoning?
I want my tear ducts operated to make them open. So crazy. So this is I don't know, the transracial is great, but one other thing that we were getting the scoop on is that an interesting thing about the China stuff that when everyone always talks about that, well, there's two scoops. One scoop that everyone knows but is interesting. I didn't realize Elon Musk was so tall. It doesn't come across like that to me.
He's so tall?
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I think he is.
He's like towering over people. Apparently he's like a really big boy.
Yeah.
The second thing was in China, the levels of corruption with all the ghost cities where they're saying that oftentimes people will they'll have these cities in the government. What they do is they tell everyone, oh, go buy this property, knowing that 6 months later they're just going to buy the government's going to buy the property back from them, and they give all their buddies, but he goes, it's pretty wildly corrupt. It's essentially, they go, there's going to be these thousands of 100,000 properties that are going to get bought up and in the next like 6 months, and then they just go tell everyone they know, like, hey, all you have to do is go buy this property. We're going to buy it back.
And that's like the
very corrupt.
The
apparently.
main way that you can kind of invest there is because they don't really allow like investment in the stock market.
Yeah.
So you just have to buy these empty condos.
Well, this transracial influencer has revealed that he wants to have a penis reduction procedure so he can look 100% Korean. He's already spent $250,000 on 20 surgeries in a bid to look like the BTS star.
I love the idea where he's worried that he gets to the point where he's fully naked and someone goes, "You're not Korean." Wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't like him. He's talking shit about. If he was a real Korean, he wouldn't be talking shit about his Korean brothers' peens like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is not a boy's move for the Korean. This guy thinks he wants to be a Korean boy.
Move.
You would never be out there talking smack about the Korean boys' dongs like that.
It'd be funny if he's just getting it.
The feminists tried. Remember the Korean feminists tried, and we saw what happened with them.
Yeah.
This guy's not. How would you ever be accepted as a Korean boy if you think you're going to be doing this shit?
It'd be funny if he just got it like the surgery reduction was only like a half inch. And they're like, "Do you really need to?"
I wasn't that big to start.
Because I really wanted to be Korean though. They have it varies. They don't have a fixed penis size. It could be anywhere.
There's some hogs over there, I'm sure.
You know what? Just take half of it off. It's like a haircut. You go like.
Well, that's the thing. This guy doesn't really have that much of a Korean look. He's done all the surgeries. He sort of has a Michael Jackson thing going on, but more so, he just sort of has a bowl cut. He's got the.
He looks like a chick.
Yeah, but he's good. Well, yeah, but that's how the BTS guys look. They just do an undercut and then they dye it blonde and then they sort of, do weird dance moves. I don't know if you've seen some of their TikToks. They have these weird dance moves where they'll be sniffing their fingers. I don't know if you know that one.
No.
But
sniffing their fingers?
So this is a big dance move that they have as they go in a line beside each other. And then one guy comes out and sniffs his fingers and the other guy sniffs his fingers. This is a big trend in Korea right now.
Like, what's the insinuation?
We don't know this insinuation. Some weird Korean shit. But this is...
Stinky fingers?
They do weird trends over there. But speaking to Newsweek, he said, he was born white and British, but I don't want people to get offended by this. But in Korea, the average penis size is 3.5 inches. This is what he says. And I get trolled all the time. People say, oh, you can't be Korean. So this is sort of a humble brag from him.
Yeah, you can't be Korean with that 4.7 incher.
This is the humble brag of the year. And he goes... I've done it in Thailand, and it will cost me he's gonna get it done in Thailand, and it's gonna be between $6,000 and $8,000. So if you go to Thailand, they do cheaper dong reductions. So
they're
something to think about.
Well, I've been to Thailand. They were like world class for lady boys and stuff.
He says you don't understand. If you're trapped in the wrong body your whole life, and you don't understand.
Yeah, can't understand.
What do you think of this guy?
I think he's severely mentally ill, but do your thing. I don't know. It's not hurting anybody. I don't care. If this is what he wants.
He's hurting our Korean brothers by besmirching their dongs.
I mean, the statistics are besmirching the Korean brothers, though. He just was taking.
Can't believe statistics, fake news.
Yeah. By the way, I think I'm going to quit the podcast and get into penis measuring statistics. That's my calling in life.
This guy's sort of a late to the
measuring
game,
dongs all day.
Rachel Dolezal's the original. Is there a few others? Michael Jackson was sort of a
But the only thing,
cardinal.
the difference with him, he's not the Rachel Dolezal because he's not saying he's not trying to pull the wool and saying he's Korean.
Yeah, he is. He's saying I'm born in the white body.
Well,
Rachel Dolezal said the same thing. They all say they're born in the wrong body.
Yeah, but Rachel Dolezal did not say she was born in the wrong body. Rachel Dolezal was saying she was black for a very long time, and then it came out after the fact.
But then after that, she said that she
she had to save it. She had to save the whole thing at the end there.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching that clip. If you want to support the podcast, go to patreon.com/theboyscast, where we have a new episode every week. 5 bones, every week episode. Tons of episodes there now.
5 bones.
5 bones.
5 bones.
Support the boys.
It's $1.25 a week.